Hi everyone, my name is Rob Allan and I'm here to bring you yesterday's news today. This is a work in progress, so please suggest anything that you think may be helpful for the future. I'm still ironing things out and I want to find a proper way to do everything. I'm going to have separate sections in this order: human related disasters, natural disasters, weather, global politics, United States related politics, innovations and breakthroughs, sports news, and artistic news to end it out. So, before I can continue, I'd like to read you a quick disclaimer. The content presented on this channel is for informational and entertainment purposes only. While we strive for accuracy, we do not guarantee the completeness, reliability, or timeliness of the information provided. Opinions expressed by hosts, guests, and commentators are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of this channel. All content, including news, commentary, and discussions, should not be considered professional advice in any form. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult with qualified professionals when necessary. Additionally, this channel does not endorse or promote any illegal activities, violence, hate speech, or misinformation. Any similarities to real events or individuals are purely coincidental unless explicitly stated. So, to go ahead and start off, we're going to start with the first section, which is human related disasters. So, on February 25th, 2025, a significant aviation incident occurred at the Chicago Midway International Airport involving a near collision between a Southwest Airlines flight and a private jet. So, here are the incident details that are relevant. The Southwest Flight 2504, originating from Omaha, Nebraska, this Boeing 737 800 was on its final approach to Midway Airport around 8:50 a.m. local time when a Bombardier Challenger 350 operated by FlexJet was scheduled to depart for Knoxville, Tennessee. As Flight 2504, which was the Southwest flight, was about to land, the private jet crossed the runway without authorization, prompting the Southwest pilots to execute a go around maneuver. This action involved aborting the aircraft. I'm sorry. This action involved aborting the landing and ascending to avoid a potential collision. The aircraft subsequently circled the airport and landed safely. So, when discussing investigations and responses, both the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, and the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, have initiated investigations into the incident. Preliminary reports indicate that air traffic controllers at Midway had instructed the private jet to hold its position away from the runway multiple times, but these directives were not followed. Southwest Airlines confirmed that their crew adhered to safety protocols, saying the crew followed safety procedures and the flight landed without incident. So, here's some context and safety concerns. The event adds to a series of recent aviation incidents, including a mid air collision near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in January 2025, and other incidents in Toronto and Alaska. These occurrences have a heightened public concern regarding air travel safety. Despite these incidents, data from the NTSB indicates a decrease in aviation incidents compared to the previous year. Midway Airport is recognized for its complex runway without layout within a densely populated area, contributing to its reputation as a challenging airport for pilots. The FAA is currently auditing 45 airports, including Midway, to assess risks associated with the runway incursions and enhance safety measures. So that's all I'm going to go ahead and speak on that. And moving on to the following disasters that are related to just human interaction. In Chaonan, South Chungcheong province of South Korea, an elevated highway under construction collapsed, resulting in the deaths of 4 workers and injuries to 6 others. The cause of the collapse is currently under investigation, and more information will be available soon. In Chile, they experienced a nationwide power outage affecting most of the country's population and causing temporary halts in several significant industries. Authorities are working to restore power and determine the cause of the blackout. And then moving to Sudan, a Sudanese military aircraft crashed on the outskirts of Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, leading to the deaths of at least 10 individuals and injuring several others. The incident is under investigation to ascertain the cause of the crash. So that's it for the human related disasters. Now I'm going to move on to the natural disasters that we're going to speak about today that occurred on February 25th. A magnitude 5.9 earthquake struck near the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Fortunately, there have been no reports of damage or casualties associated with this seismic event. So, another earthquake, 5.1 earthquake 5.1 magnitude earthquake struck North Yujing in Tianan, Taiwan. This tremor is considered an aftershock of the magnitude 6.0 earthquake that occurred on January 20th, 2025. Reports indicate that one person was injured in Nancy, with several homes and schools sustaining damage. Power outages were also reported in the Dongshan area. And then moving on to Zambia, heavy rainfall has led to severe floods and flash floods in southern Zambia, particularly affecting the Lusaka province. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, reported significant population displacement and damage to infrastructure. Efforts are underway to provide relief and assess the full extent of the impact. Now, moving over to Hawaii, the Kalauea volcano in Hawaii continues to exhibit activity with current hazards including volcanic gas emissions and wind-blown volcanic glass, which also goes by the name Pele's hair. These conditions may impact the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park and nearby communities, and authorities are monitoring the situation closely and advising residents and visitors to stay informed about potential health risks. So now that we've moved on from natural disasters, we're going to go ahead and speak about the weather. So this here is currently I have just some information from Australia as well as the United States. We're going to go ahead and start with the United States. The National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory for Webb County and 23 other counties in South Texas. The advisory is in effect from midnight until noon on Tuesday, with visibility expected to drop between 1/4 and 1/2 mile. These conditions pose potential hazards for drivers and motorists, and anyone on the road is encouraged to exercise caution, use low beam headlights, and maintain safe distances from other vehicles. So, in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, they are experiencing a third atmospheric river storm in recent days, bringing hurricane force wind gusts and a heavy rainfall to regions of Washington and Oregon. This severe weather has led to widespread power outages, flooding, and even tornado warnings in some areas. Residents are advised to remain vigilant and adhere to local advisories as conditions continue to evolve. And moving over to Australia, Cyclone Alfred, currently a Category 2 system, is projected to intensify to a Category 3 as it nears Queensland's coast. The cyclone is expected to impact areas between Brisbane and Townsville, with potential direct effects on cities such as Mackay, Rockhampton, Hervey Bay, Bundaberg, Gladstone, and the Sunshine Coast. The Bureau of Meteorology has issued strong wind warnings and is closely monitoring the situation due to the uncertainty of Alfred's path and potential impact. Coastal residents are advised to stay informed and prepare for possible severe weather conditions. So that's everything that we have for weather. We're going to go ahead and move on to global politics related incidents. So European leaders are scheduled to meet in London to deliberate on joint defense and security initiatives. This assembly follows recent discussions between French President Emmanuel Macron, UK Minister Keir Starmer, and U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington, focusing on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and broader European security concerns. Prime Minister Starmer has announced plans to increase the UK's defense spending to 2.5% of the GDP by 2027, marking the most substantial investment since the Cold War. Additionally, German Chancellor designate Friedrich Merz has initiated coalition talks emphasizing policy shifts on migration and defense. Now, moving over to Syria. Syria has initiated a national dialogue conference aimed at establishing a new direction for the nation following the ousting of Bashar al Assad in December. The conference, organized by the group that assumed control of Damascus, seeks to gather input from approximately 4,000 individuals to inform a constitutional declaration, economic framework, and institutional reforms. The process is expected to span several years and with the goal of drafting a new constitution and conducting elections. So, moving over to the United States, Reuters is stating in the United States, consumer confidence has fallen to an 8-month low, influenced by apprehensions regarding President Donald Trump's policy decisions. The decline is attributed to uncertainties surrounding recent trade measures and their potential impact on the economy. Mentions of tariffs have reached levels not observed in 6 years, reflecting growing public concern over the administration's trade policies. So that's coming from Reuters directly. So United States politics is the next section, and we're going to go ahead and go over that now. So House Speaker Mike Johnson is encountering difficulties in securing sufficient support for President Donald Trump's extensive 4.5 trillion tax reduction and 2 trillion spending cut proposal. The legislation faces opposition from both Democrats and some Republicans, leading to delays in the voting process. This situation underscores the complexities of advancing substantial fiscal policies amid a divided political landscape. Now, the next topic that we're going to discuss is U.S. Circuit Judge Timothy Timkovich has called upon Congress to address the pressing need for additional judgeships to alleviate significant case backlogs in the federal judiciary. During a House Judiciary Committee subcommittee hearing, Judge Timkovich emphasized that the shortage of judges has led to prolonged delays, particularly in civil litigation. Previously proposed bipartisan bill aimed at adding 66 new judges was vetoed, highlighting the ongoing political challenges in judicial reform. And then moving on to our next topic, President Donald Trump has introduced a proposal that would impose fines and potential imprisonment on undocumented migrants residing in the United States who fail to register with authorities. This initiative is part of the administration's broader strategy to address illegal immigration and enhance national security. The proposal has sparked debate regarding its potential impact on migrant communities and the legal implications of such measures. And next, a senior advisor to Donald Trump has suggested removing Canada from the Five Eyes intelligence sharing alliance. This proposal is part of a broader vision to bring Canada under greater U.S. control, potentially as the 51st state. The suggestion has sparked significant debate regarding the future of international intelligence collaborations with U.S. and Canada relations. Now, moving away from politics, we're going to go ahead and just start our next topic, which is innovations and breakthroughs. So first, Chinese AI startup DeepSeek has unveiled its latest AI model, R1, which matches the performance of leading U.S. AI systems, but was developed at a fraction of the cost. The achievement has disrupted assumptions about the necessity of vast infrastructure and capital for advanced AI development, prompting concerns in the U.S. about maintaining its technological edge. DeepSeek seeks cost-effective training methods, and open weight models have ignited debates on the future landscape of AI development and investment. Now, they state that that this was all done at a fraction of the cost, but I haven't seen anywhere that there's any actual proof of that. A team led by Sir Magdi Yacoub has introduced a groundbreaking surgical technique that allows the human body to grow its own heart valves. The procedure involves implanting temporary valves made of microscopic fibers into patients' hearts. These fibers are gradually colonized by living cells and eventually dissolve, leaving behind fully functional heart valves composed of the patient's own tissue. This advancement represents a significant leap in regenerative medicine and offers new hope for patients requiring heart valve replacements. And moving on, Professor Bantval Jayant Baliga has been honored with the Millennium Technology Prize for his development of the insulated gate bipolar transistor (IGBT). This innovation has significantly enhanced the efficiency of electrical devices and has been instrumental in reducing global carbon emissions. IGBT are now integral components in a wide range of applications from medical equipment to hybrid electric vehicles, underscoring the profound impact of Baliga's work on modern technology and environmental sustainability. So now that we're done with innovation and breakthroughs, we're going to go ahead and move on to sports news. So the Chicago Cubs secured a 4-2 victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks in a spring training game, extending their undefeated streak to 6-0 in the Cactus League. Despite being hitless through 4 innings and trailing 2-0, the Cubs rallied with home runs from Carson Kelly and Vidal Brujan. Notably, Pete Crow Armstrong contributed both offensively and defensively, playing a critical role in the comeback. So strong pitching performances from Julian Merriweather, Cody Poteet, Porter Hodge, Eli Morgan, and Phil Bickford were also pivotal for the win. The NFL Scouting Combine has. Moving on to the next topic. The NFL Scouting Combine has begun in Indianapolis, marking a critical phase for college athletes entering the 2025 NFL Draft. Coaches and general managers are conducting evaluations and interviews to assess potential draft picks. The event provides a platform for prospects to showcase their skills and for the teams to strategize their selections ahead of the draft. Now, moving over to the Premier League, Chelsea delivered a commanding 4-0 victory over Southampton. This decisive win comes in the wake of a recent fan protest signaling a strong response from the team. In other matches, Crystal Palace achieved a significant 3-0 triumph over Aston Villa, highlighting their competitive form. Now that we're done with sports, we're going to go ahead and move over to artistic news, or artistic related news, art related news. So, Creative Australia has come under intense scrutiny following its decision to withdraw artist Khalid Sabsabi and curator Michael D'Agostino from representing Australia at the 2026 Venice Biennale. The organization cited concerns over Sabsabi's past work, which included controversial pieces related to Hezbollah and 9/11 attacks. This move has led to significant resignations within the organization and widespread condemnation from the Australian arts community, who view the decision as a threat to artistic independence and expression. Now, moving over to the United States. The Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth has announced the appointment of Helena Norton Westbrook as its new director effective July 1st, 2025. Norton Westbrook, who has been serving as the director and CEO of the Honolulu Museum of Art since 2020, will succeed Marla Price, who announced her retirement last year. This leadership change is anticipated to bring fresh perspective and continue growth in the institution. So, moving over to our acting news. Timothy Chalamet received the Screen Actors Guild, the SAG Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role for his portrayal of Bob Dylan in the film A Complete Unknown. In his acceptance speech, he expressed his ambition to join the ranks of acting legends, stating his desire to be one of the greats. So, that's all we have today for the news. Thank you for listening. Again, this is a work in progress. Things will be changing. Things will be added. Things might be removed. If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, anything like that in the future, feel free to go ahead and reach back out. I'm thinking of adding a section at the end for topics that have occurred that we shouldn't forget about, and maybe something about gaming. But for now, these are the topics. If you have any topic suggestions or anything like that in the future, feel free to reach out. Let me know what I can do to go ahead and improve Again, this is the start of a news project that I've wanted to start for a very long time. My name is Rob Allan, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.